Episode starts with the Krusty Krab. Inside, it is dirty and covered in cobwebs. Squidward is seen covered in dust and cobwebs. He blows the dust off himself. SpongeBob dusts off a cobweb off a table with a feather duster. A spider quickly comes down and makes a new web. SpongeBob dusts it off again, but the spider comes back just as quick and makes another one. Mr. Krabs is seen also covered in dust against the wall and sneezes the dust off.
Achoo. Size, 36 days without a customer.
Slowly crawls towards the Krusty Krab, so hungry.
Mr. Krabs, a customer.
Squeals in delight, revealing a spider making its in his mouth.
No food. 3 days.
Hold on, me bucko. Food's on the way. About to call into the kitchen, but then has a second thought. You got money, right?
Yeah.
SpongeBob. Bring this man some grub before he keels over.
Offers him food. Here you go, sir.
Oh. Krabby Patties, huh?
Finest under the sea.
Yeah, sure. But where's the pizzazz?
Huh?
Look at this place. The inside of the Krusty Krab is all old and worn out. I mean, what is the theme here? Underwater? It's boring. Turns and crawls away. Food. Water. Atmosphere.
Nobody goes to a restaurant for atmosphere. Runs to the door, they go for food. Looks out the door as Fred and Tom see each other on the street. Hey, Tom.
Fred. Hey, you wanna eat at the Krusty Krab?
Nah, let's go to the Shell Shack. They've got a talking dog.
Runs off with Fred. Great. Say, what's a dog?
Gasps, money walking. I need to think up a gimmick like that to bring people back in here.
Peeks through Mr. Krabs' eye stalks. I have an idea. Mr. Krabs' eye stalks pull back together, chopping SpongeBob in half.
Wait. I've got an idea. Cut to outside the Krusty Krab, where a marching band plays, and a crowd gathers around Mr. Krabs. And so ladies and gentlemen, be sure to buy plenty of Krabby Patties as I bury myself alive. Everyone cheers and confetti shoots up from the ground as Mr. Krabs wields a shovel. He digs a hole, and then hops into it. No free refills. Scene cuts. Then, he pats the dirt in around him, leaving himself underground with no trace of him. Fred runs up to on top of where Krabs was buried. Hey, everyone, listen. The music stops, the talking dog at the Shell Shack is singing. Come on. Motions for everyone to follow, and they do, leaving Mr. Krabs alone, under the ground. Cut to the inside of the Krusty Krab, where it has been cleaned out.
Mr. Krabs, I have an idea.
What am I going to do? If I don't find an idea, I'll go out of business.
Mr. Krabs, I have an idea.
Why can't someone give me an idea?
Mr. Krabs, I have an idea.
Down on his knees, praying, Great Neptune in heaven, I need an idea.
A divine light hits Krabs, and SpongeBob comes down, playing the harp and dressed like an angel.
Sings, Mr. Krabs, I have an idea!
What in the name of money are you waiting for, boy? Grab SpongeBob, removing his angel costume, tell me.
Okay, Mr. Krabs. Prepare yourself. Don't bother sitting down, because you'll just stand up when you see this. Makes a pretty patty, ta-da. Shows Mr. Krabs a green Krabby Patty.
Great Barrier Reef. That patty's spoiled. Knocks it off of the plate and onto the ground, where he burns it with a flamethrower. The fire soon disappears to reveal SpongeBob, wearing a hazmat suit.
Laughs, Mr. Krabs, it's not tainted meat. It's painted meat. The hazmat suit burns off, revealing him in regular clothing, with an artist's palette in hand. On the palette, Krabby Patties lie in different colors, pretty patties. Available in 6 designer colors.
Short pause, then Mr. Krabs laughs, and SpongeBob looks broken-heartedly at his own creation.
Mr. Squidward. Come look.
Squidward walks up, smiling mockingly.
Jokingly, don't that look appetizing?
Good, sir.
Both laughing.
Wait. Give me an orange patty. With extra purple.
Squidward laughs.
What's next? Holds up a milkshake cup with sequins encrusted into it. Sequin milkshakes?
Holds up a French fry with a bow tie on. Bow tie French fries?
Welling with tears. No.
Squidward and Mr. Krabs dance mockingly while chanting pretty patties.
Crying, stop it. Becomes indignant. I know this is a good idea. I'll show you. I'll open my own restaurant. Runs out of the Krusty Krab, you'll see.
Squidward and Mr. Krabs look at each other, then they continue laughing. Cut to Conch Street.
Angrily approaches an angry-looking Patrick, Hey, Patrick, are you angry, too?
Yeah.
What's the matter?
I can't see my forehead. What's your problem?
I have a good idea, and no one else thinks so.
No longer angry, and a cord appears from his shorts. Me too. Pulls the cord, causing his shorts to inflate and lift into the air a few feet. Patrick is floating upside down, inflatable pants. What's your idea?
I'm gonna open up a restaurant and sell Pretty Patties.
His shorts explode, leaving him with only a piece of his shorts covering his crotch. Forget my dumb idea. That's great.
Cut to later, where SpongeBob has constructed a purple stand that says Pretty Patties. Patrick is behind a second one to the left of SpongeBob that is brown and says pay here.
Are you ready for the big rush, Patrick? Patrick looks down and pulls up his purple and green trunks and gives SpongeBob the thumbs up. Pretty soon those hungry customers will be lining up, because we are open. Puts up an open sign. Cut to him at the stand. I'm ready. He is an adult with the same camera angling. He has glasses on, and brown hair. His pineapple begins to rot. I'm ready. He is an old man with a long, gray beard. His pineapple wilts and dies. I'm ready. His gravestone behind the stand says R.I.P. I'm ready. There is a vacant spot where his pineapple previously was. SpongeBob wakes up at the stand and sees that it was all a dream. Patrick, how long have we been standing here?
Looks at the sloppily drawn crayon marks on his wrist made to look like a watch. Aw. I gotta draw a new battery for this. Scribbles on his wrist with a blue crayon.
What if Mr. Krabs was right? Maybe my idea is dumb. Cries.
SpongeBob, sometimes, we have to go deep inside ourselves to solve our problems.
I'm scared.
Then I'm going in for you. Climbs into SpongeBob's head through one of his pores. Then, SpongeBob inflates like a puffer fish. Sorry. Stupid inflatable pants. Flies out of SpongeBob and lands headfirst on the ground.
Did you find anything?
Huh?
Walks up to the stand. Hey, do you sell food here?
SpongeBob and Patrick giggle, making Harold feel awkward.
Yes, sir. We sell Pretty Patties. Holds out a green Pretty Patty.
That thing's green. Starts laughing hysterically. Green. Laughs some more.
Laughs as well, but doesn't laugh hard at all. Green. SpongeBob cries.
Mr. Krabs was right. What am I going to do with all these? Holds out the palette of Pretty Patties in 6 different colors, not just green, but also scarlet, bright orange, yellow, indigo blue, and red violet.
Stops laughing. Hey, is that one purple? Purple is my favorite color. Takes indigo blue or a purple Pretty Patty and tries it. This isn't half bad. Hey, world. Pretty Patties is the best idea ever. SpongeBob and Patrick are elated.
Cut to the Krusty Krab now with cobwebs on the outside, Mr. Krabs in his cobweb-covered office, eating popcorn and watching a movie, crying. A spider dangling from its web cries as well.
On TV, oh, Rick, how could you? You and I, together we were one. On TV, that was before. But now I'm splitting us up.
On screen, a live-action amoeba splits into 2 amoebas. All of a sudden, it turns to a Bikini Bottom news emergency broadcast. Johnny talks at a desk. Behind him is a bamboo screen showing a crowd of Bikini Bottom citizens cheering.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news announcement. This wild crowd behind me is screaming for Bikini Bottom's latest culinary sensation. Let's take a listen. Chanting, Pretty Patties. Pretty Patties.
Pretty Patties? The spider comes down and steals Mr. Krabs' popcorn.
It's easy to see Pretty Patties are popular, but what is it about them that drives Bikini Bottom feeders wild? They match our purses. Show their purses, with Scottish accent, guilt, and bagpipe. They remind me of home. Holds up a plaid Pretty Patty.
Runs up, Pretty Patties rule. Flexes his muscles.
Mr. Squarepants, how do you explain all this success?
I don't know.
How can you make money with such a stupid idea?
The TV background is money falling, and how can you not make money with such a brilliant idea?
Laughs. At first we didn't know what to do with all the money. We tried burying it. Mr. Krabs' eye stalks inflate, shredding it. Krabs' eye stalks inflate some more, and burning it. Mr. Krabs' eye stalks burst and fly around like a balloon with a hole in it as he screams, but in the end, we decided just to give it all away.
Patrick is at his stand that now has a bamboo dollar and says free money. Then hands a filled paper sack to Nathaniel.
Come again, sir.
I'm getting back in line. Runs off.
I don't believe it. Runs out of his office and across the dining area. I've got to see this for myself. Runs out the door and into sandals.
Hey, watch it, buddy. I don't care how much you want your pretty patty. You're gonna have to wait in line. Shows Mr. Krabs a very long line, like the rest of us.
I've never had a line.
At SpongeBob's stand, the now serving sign flips to 46,853.
Who's number 46,853?
An enormous amount of people surround them and they simultaneously declare themselves as number 46,853. Mr. Krabs makes his way to the front of the line.
Surprised, I never had 46,853 customers.
Hands a pretty patty to an anchovy. Here you are, sir. Stay pretty. Laughing, all right. Notices Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs, is that you? Isn't this great, Mr. Krabs? Mr. Krabs smiles nervously. The pretty patties are a big hit.
Teary-eyed, they sure are, boy. You're doing pretty well for yourself. I guess you've completely forgotten the Krusty Krab. Gets an idea, then smiles smugly. I bet you miss Squidward. And the grill. And the crow's nest.
No, sir, I haven't. In fact, sometimes I really miss the old days back at the Krusty Krab.
Yes. Yes, I do, lad. Well, the Krusty Krab's only a short walk away. Why don't you head on down? For old time's sake. Takes SpongeBob by the hand and starts to walk away, but SpongeBob's arm expands and he just stays in the same place.
Yeah. But do you know what I miss the most, Mr. Krabs? Demonstrates rubbing two pickles together, that tiny squeaking sound you get when you rub two pickles together. You know what I mean, Mr. Krabs?
Don't worry, lad. I'll watch the stand for ye. SpongeBob retracts his arm.
Oh, I can't leave, Mr. Krabs. What about the stand?
No. I've got a better idea. I'll take this old roadside stand off your hands. For keeps. And in exchange, I'll give you the Krusty Krab. With Squidward, the grill, and all those squeaky pickles.
You will?
Here's the key to the Krusty Krab. Gives SpongeBob the key, which is composed of 2 Ks and a ring. She's yours now.
In a trance. What did you say, Mr. Krabs?
Run to her, boy. She's waiting for you.
Receives the key, while still in a trance. Thank you. What should I do now, Mr. Krabs?
Don't worry, boy. I'll fix it. Grabs SpongeBob and tosses him to the crowd. Get this to the Krusty Krab on the double. Good luck, lad.
I can't feel my legs, Mr. Krabs.
SpongeBob floats up and kisses the building. He cheers in the dining area, kisses the floor, throws buns up into the air in the kitchen, laughs over the phone in Mr. Krabs' office, and stands at the ordering boat. The whole Krusty Krab is now cleaned and refreshed. Cut back to the pretty patties stand.
While crowd surfing, SpongeBob's surroundings turn into a pink sky with clouds. Dreams do come true. Gets thrown to the ground.
I am. Over here.
Ladies and gentlemen. Pretty Patties is now under new management. Holds a green Pretty Patty. Who's next? The crowd cheers.
A sea-level shot of the Bikini Atoll Island. It turns from nightfall to dawn, which everyone fall asleep of having fun of eating pretty patties, and the rooster crows, which wakes everyone up. Cut to Mr. Krabs at the stand beside SpongeBob's house. The free money stand has been disassembled.
I'm ready. For me money. The crowd gathers around him, all now looking angry. Welcome to Pretty Patties. May I take your money?
Female voice. We want a refund, Krabs. Crowd form a mob while yelling and protesting in agreement.
Confused and scared as he turns his head 3 times. Who? Huh? What?
Your dumb Pretty Patties turned my face purple. Shows his purple face. Scottish accent. Look what I got under me guilt. Raises his kilt to reveal a plaid body, and white underwear. And look at our tongues. Show Mr. Krabs their respective tongues. We now see a yellow tongue, a speckled tongue, and a normal-looking pink tongue.
Confused as he refers to Frank's tongue while sweating. What's wrong with you?
Turns off the light, revealing his tongue is glow-in-the-dark for nightfall, and his pulsing green. With a disconnecting lisp, we won our money back. All 46,853 of oot. Turns the light back on, but Mr. Krabs is nowhere to be seen. The crowd looks around. Hey, where'd he go?
Cut to Mr. Krabs screaming and running away to the Krusty Krab.
Get him! Crowd yelling, chases Mr. Krabs, with a rainbow trailing on the ground behind him.
Panting, oof. Slams on the Krusty Krab door, but it's locked. My key. Checks his pocket for the key but it's not there. Where's my key? Recalls he gave it to SpongeBob. SpongeBob quickly bangs the door to get SpongeBob's attention by mistake. SpongeBob, let me in. Inside the Krusty Krab, SpongeBob is too busy happily rubbing the two pickles together, making a squeaking sound. SpongeBob. SpongeBob. Mr. Krabs tries to get SpongeBob's attention from outside. SpongeBob, let me in. SpongeBob cannot hear due to his pickle squeaking. Mr. Krabs screams as he is chased left and right by the mob, still vainly yelling for SpongeBob's attention. Crowd yelling, SpongeBob,